Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Lebron. I am a member of Alpha Delta Pi. I go to Florida Atlantic University, and I am the Vice President of Programming for the Pan-Atlantic Council. My presentation is called Rising Above in a Drowned City. Well, bear with me. I'm going to talk about my experience in New Orleans and then bring it back into Greek life. So, New Orleans, the population before Katrina, I'm assuming all of you know what Katrina was 484,000. After Katrina, it was 360,400. And as of July, no one lives in FEMA trailers anymore. Right after Katrina, there was 70,000 families that did. So you might be wondering, why am I showing you this house? And what are these random people doing in this house? When I was in New Orleans, I and 20 of my peers were given the opportunity to rebuild a house that needed to be rebuilt after Katrina. From going to just building simple walls to being able to put the trusses you see on the top of the roofs on the last day. This is the progress, as you see. Me and a group, like I said, of 20 of my peers and 3 Greek facilitators, hosted by AFLV, so if you've met Brandon Stewart, he was one of our facilitators, we're in New Orleans. We stayed in a traditional New Orleans house, lodging. We had a complete immersion experience where we didn't go out at night. It was all Greeks. We didn't go out at night. It wasn't partying. It was there to serve and to build our leadership. So that's my group. They're pretty cool. Now, going back to how this connects to us is, although we did do a lot of service, and everybody has service somewhere within their organization, we talked a lot about our values and our leadership abilities and so on. So I want you all to ask yourselves, what are your values? Do you know your values? Can you just rattle them off to me aimlessly? Because, I can rattle mine off, but do you know what they mean? And do you live by them daily? Because if you don't, that might be something you want to ask yourself why you don't do that. So, bear with me. Katrina was a drowned city, and it has risen. The Greek community at the moment, you can qualify as a city. We're all in this together. We're all one big community no matter where we're from. And we kind of have a problem. We're kind of drowning here, Greeks in general. That's an issue. I don't know if you think it's an issue, I think it's an issue. So, what are ways that we can rise above the way that we're drowning? And it all goes back to living by our values and applying our values every day, whether it be your creed, being a sister, being a brother, service, so on and so forth. So, it's pretty simple. We can live as proud Greeks, and we can encourage one another to live our values and to support one another. Not just being like, yeah, dude, keg stand, but dude, you probably shouldn't do that. It's not a good idea. We're in public, don't do it. So, with that, I leave you with a quote. Don't worry, I have it written down. Just a second. Alrighty. If you have come here to help me, you're wasting your time. But if you have come because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let's work together. It's a quote that was said to us while I was at New Orleans. And it's a quote for you all to think about.